Okay, at 6 p.m., call this meeting to order. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you all for coming. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the minutes from July 21st, 2025 meeting?
Motion to approve.
I'll second it. Are there any questions? Yes, sir.
Is there ever a copy of that? Is that ever? I mean, this is a weekly, every time, every meeting, you approve the minutes of the last one. Are there ever any, is there a copy of that type of thing? It's curious.
Do you have that?
I don't have that now.
Did you get the?
No, because they're not official until after you guys approve them. So
Okay,
tomorrow morning they get put on the website.
that makes sense. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Correspondence?
No, sir.
Do I have a motion to approve July 2025 expenses?
Motion to approve.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Old business. New business. Motion to approve or deny expenses for tax collectors' attendance at PSTCA conference, October 24th through the 25th, to Cranberry Township.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it. Are there any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Land development, Tammy?
I don't have any land development plans to show tonight. However, I just wanted to go over my July permit report. Issued 9 burn permits, 1 demolition permit. We received 1 land development plan, 1 road occupancy permit, 4 sign permits were issued, 2 special events, 1 subdivision plan, 1 zoning verification letter, and a total of 30. So if anybody wanted to see the detailed report, I have that. That's all I have.
Thank you. Any questions for the zoning officer? Okay, no use requests. Tim, do you have any reports?
I just want to point out that the intermunicipal agreement between Mill Creek, Harbor Creek, Fairview, Summit, Green, and Wesleyville, 2020, and the joint agreement to have BIU providing building code official inspection services is due to be renewed and changed. And so I just need some indication from the township as to which direction you want to continue with the intermunicipal agreement, whether you want to whatever it may be, we're due for it soon.
Okay, thank you. Engineer Jones?
The work on Downs Drive, the actual part of construction work has begun today. They started with milling west of Peach Street. They'll finish that up tomorrow. They'll be doing the intersection of Peach and Downs tomorrow as well, east of Walmart. The Walmart Drive up down flows. When they do that, they're trying to get it done as quick as they can without being shut down for days. After that, we'll be doing repair work in some of the bad sections of the road. Thursday, they're going to do the scratch course, and then Friday, paving. So if everything works out, it's a pretty ambitious schedule, but we might finish most of the work by the end of this week, and then they'll be wrapping up next week. The other thing I have is the picnic camp playground. We're going to have a display tomorrow at National Night Out of 3 different playground concepts to get people's opinions. And then for those who can't make that, we'll have it on the post on Facebook with a link to our website where people can get input there. And that's all I have for tonight.
How much was the grant for the playgrounds?
We have a $200,000 grant from the DCNR with a $200,000 match, so it's a $400,000 project.
Jack?
Yeah, just a reminder about National Night Out tomorrow night and the senior picnic Thursday. We still have plenty of room for veterans bricks if anyone wants one. That's it.
Working on downs, like Matt was saying, we've got all the millings coming into the township building backyard right now, trying to stay after that, clean the place up. We've rented a dozer for a week, which is working out great. Gonna try to clean that whole storage yard up so it looks like it should. That's about it. Public input? Yes, sir.
Question. We're having corn and I'll be doing it.
Thank you very much, Joe. I think Tony said he was working with you on coordinating that.
Correct.
Okay, super. Thank you again. Claudia, how many years is that? Next.
I've got something that I just want to make comments on today. This has to do with the short-term rental project at 1279 Ponderosa Drive. These are the copies of the statement if you under resource. Guys. I got a reserved one here. I'll give this. Hey, Tim, you got one?
No,
Got one? The short-term rental use at 1279 Ponderosa is thought by some to be a grandfathered, undeveloped use, and I disagree with that. I do not believe the use is grandfathered because the use of this property as a short-term rental was not in effect at the time of the enactment of the Summit Township zoning ordinance amendment in June 2022. I also refer to section 701.06 of the Summit Township zoning ordinance under the section of abandonment, subsection C, and that is included on the second page. And subsection C says when a non-conforming use of a structure or structure and premises in combination is discontinued or abandoned for 12 consecutive months, they shall not thereafter be used except in conformance with the regulations of the district in which it is located. And the plans of the landowner to develop this lot as a short-term rental were clearly discontinued for far more than 24 months, easily meeting the provisions of section 701.06, subsection C, with the concurrence of our supervisors and others. I'm sure that my statement here is going to be scrutinized, but that's the way I see it. I also believe that the construction of an 800 square foot vacation style structure is an inappropriate expansion of the concept of grandfathering, assuming it could acquire legitimate grandfathered status in the first place. If allowed to proceed, this low dollar structure is purpose built to function only as a short-term rental with few prospects for sale as a home that would attract permanent and stable residents. So those are the two main issues that I have with the short-term rentals at 1279. I also believe that Summit Township should work on phasing out all short-term rentals in residentially designated zoning districts, grandfathered or not. And with that in mind, I believe that potential investors in short-term rental properties are best served by knowing that there will likely be a sunset date in the future and subsequent discontinuation of their revenue stream. Additionally, announcing such intention sooner rather than later will minimize claims of financial harm possibly leveled against Summit Township in the future. So I know there's some that's shot, that's a pretty big ask. But given the fact that we've already moved on this 3 years ago to remove it as a use, a permitted use, in my mind, it follows logically that eventually you sunset that whole use in those residential areas. And I want to point out that I think this is I want to make one point very clear here. I'm sorry if I've gone over my 3 minutes, I apologize. But I look at this as a discontinuation of a use rather than an abandonment. The subsection C says discontinued or abandoned. I'm using the word discontinued. And I explain that in the paragraph 1. That's all I got.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
Yep.
Guess I'll go next. Hi, guys and ladies. Some of you know me. I am Heath Strasser. I'm the president of LaBeouf Little League. You guys allow us to use the baseball fields right over here. We have been in constant communication with you. I know I work closely with Tony. Obviously, he's not here today. But two things. First off, we do need dugouts on field 1. I did get a lot of parents complaining about the sun hitting on those kids. That is the only field that we have, even at my complex, okay, out of the 8 fields, that's the only field that does not have dugouts. So I think my 10 years with the Little League, it's never had dugouts. I think it's time for us to work together and get some dugouts out there for the kiddos. Especially that field will be using for the older kids. We're planning on making it a 50-70 field. Mark already knows what I mean by that. If you don't know what I mean by that, you can ask Mark, but it's already, all the bases and everything are there for that. So we are planning next year to use that. And we would like to host more games, but I can't host games there if there's no dugouts. I can't bring people from other districts and have their kids sitting in the sun or other weather conditions that go. So I'm asking for dugouts to be built in the next 2 months, because we know how the springs are here. We'll never get the equipment up that hill in March or April. Which brings me to the next point. The Little League is also willing to share the cost on that. I mean, we can work together on that, but we would ask Summit Township to have some cost on that. We do work with Waterford. Just to let you know, Waterford makes a donation to our Little League every year. It's a substantial sum of money, as Tim probably knows. And they even did our pavement for us, a pavement product, which we wouldn't have been able to do, but they brought their trucks and equipment in and did a great job for us. So I'm just asking that Summit, kind of work with us to get those dugouts built. Which brings me to the second point. I know I'm over 3 minutes, but it was rather just me come down here and then 500 parents come down here. As you know, the past spring was really bad, weather-wise, a lot of rain. I understand taking care of fields. I know how hard it is. However, the field conditions this year were not the best conditions. When I talked with Tony, he knew about it. He tried his best that he could. I know your equipment's kind of bigger. You run that equipment on the field, it's going to tear it up, especially in our soaking spring. But I did find out that you do spray the fields, if I'm not mistaken, which in the last 3 years, I've never seen it sprayed. But when I was driving up right now, I did see that it was sprayed. But in August and July, that's a little too late for us. That needs to be done in March, April, because I can bring equipment from over there, from my other facility. I can bring it up and I can get that dirt torn up. But if those weeds aren't killed, it's not going to do anything for us.
Yeah, I know that with the, trying to kill the weeds in the early spring, it doesn't.
It works at our facility. We do it all the time.
And
We do
that's one
it
of the
in March and we do it in April. So, I mean, you just got to do it.
That's one of the reasons we're trying to stay after it, so that come spring, we don't have the weeds in it.
They're still going to grow over the winter.
Yeah.
Because that's why we don't spray our fields in the fall.
do you have somebody do it for
Yeah, Joe Welsh,
you? Oh, okay. Yeah, we use Team Turf to do all of our.
which I was shocked at when Tony told me that, because in the last 3 years, I have not seen one dead grass on those fields.
Yeah,
I'm just being honest with you. You might know something different, but I've been there for 8, 9 years. In the last 3 years, there's not like it is right now. I can tell where they sprayed and where they did. So that's something you might want to take up with them. If you were paying them the last 3 years and they didn't do the job, that's something that you guys got to do. That's not on me, but I can tell you for sure that it wasn't sprayed the last 3 years, because I've been taking the weeds out myself. I just, would hopefully this next year, I did get a lot of complaints from the parents, and a lot of them are Summit Townships. My phone was ringing off the hook because of the weeds and everything like that. And then they go from here, this facility, and they go to the Waterford one, and it's two totally different. I don't think that should occur. I think we can all work together and get it done. I know Tony did the best job he can, but again, I'm imploring, maybe March, April, you get Team Turf out there, they spray the fields. Those will be, grass will be killed, and I can get on there, or we can get on there or something. So those are the two things.
now, I'll have Tony get with you on that, to discuss the dugouts. I'm not sure what you're thinking. Have you been out to Slade Field down in Harper Creek?
The Slade fields, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all we need.
I think.
We don't, yeah.
I think those dugouts are fantastic.
Yeah, we don't need the brick ones like you have, no.
Yeah.
It's just, you need the wood and the roof, and let's
Yep.
go. I mean, just something to block the sun, or if it rains, it's raining or something.
Yeah,
let's
and
get
they're
there.
kind of just frame type structure. Yeah.
And the other thing that is to keep the parents out of the dugout,
Yeah,
so the kids are away from the parents. And the coaches have the kids' undivided attention. I mean, you guys all coach, some of you probably coach, you know what I mean. Sometimes parents shouldn't be in the dugout, it's kind of like a separate zone.
it does.
All right, but if we could do that, that would be wonderful. I mean, I would love to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for everything you do for the kiddos.
Is there anything else? Motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.